Welcome once again. Today I'm going to show you how I made this my very first wall painting, and it's a 2D painting. And I chose a very small size because this was the first time I'm gonna try. So let's get started. I bought this little frame. It's like 10 by 10 centimeters, and it's a shadow box frame. And I thought I'll start with something very small and see how it goes. And I really enjoyed the process. So I measured it out, and I think the area that's going to show is around 7 centimeters. So I'm going to draw a box and draw my pattern on it first. So I'm just doing it on regular paper. So I've drawn the frame, and this is the area that's going to show. And I'm just doing a very rough landscape. I want flowers and bushes to be in front and some trees at the back, and I'm going to darken it. It's a very simple landscape, and I'm drawing it with a black marker on top of the paper. And there's going to be a little pond in the middle, and we need it to be dark enough so I can see through the felt sheet. And I've got an cream colored felt sheet, and I'm tracing it with my pencil. So you just need to have the rough lines because all the details and everything you're going to do with color, we just need a rough pattern to follow. And I'm just darkening the lines with my marker, and once you put wool on it, you're not going to see them. So started off with the sky, and I'm mixing some blues. For a painting you have to have loads of shades, and then you can mix up some as well. So I had blues, I had 2 or 3 blues with me, and I mixed up some white with them and just hand colored them, just mixed up the shades with my hands. And I'm going to lay it out first and then step it down. I was looking for a straight line, so I'm using a ruler for that, and then I can just fold over so it gives a nice crisp line. But as you go towards the end of my video, you'll see that this was a mistake. But it was the first time I was doing it, and I was just looking at different videos for doing it. So when you look at a lot of videos and then you do your own stuff, you get kind of jumbled in the head, and you do make mistakes. So I'm just putting down some clouds, but first I covered the whole thing with blues. And really, you need really tiny amounts of wool for a wool painting, and it is a bit messy because you need so many shades on your table, and you need very small bits of them. So I'm enjoying the process, and I just got a bit carried away and started shading as well. But you can just lay out the colors first and then do the details. It's up to you. Making tiny wisps of clouds in the sky, and if you notice, because I'm an artist and I've done painting, so I know what colors go in the background and how they pop up when you do the foregrounds. And the same goes for the sky. When it meets the land, there you can see it's very light blue, but as it goes up it becomes darker blue. And the grass and everything that's at a distance, it has dull colors, and you can add shades of blues and purples. So if I was doing a watercolor painting, I would have added some purple and blues, but this is the first ever wool painting that I'm doing, so I'm just being careful. and it's really small, so I have to be careful. So I've put down the blue color for the pond. As you proceed to the foreground, the grass will become greener. So I'm mixing up some shades of green that I have, and they're not too bright because I want the bushes right in front to be the brightest, which will hold the flowers. And mm, using a dark brown color just around the edge of the pond. Then I'm going to cover it with green so it won't be too prominent. This is the brightest green I have, and I've mixed up with some yellow to give an impression of the bushes. In the very background, the land that shows is the color of hay, and I'm making very dark green trees right at the back. So these are really tiny amounts of wool, and getting some details, and I've used a dark blue color around the pond. I'm trying to give some details of tall grass, and just to give an impression, I'm stabbing it down in straight lines and very thin ones, getting some darker shades, some in the middle and some at the edge. So I'm just trying to get in details, and I really am enjoying the process. So I bet you will too, if you have been painting. It's a new kind of an experience. As I've done paintings in watercolor, and I've done in oil, I've done landscapes in oil paints, and even this experience is really unique. So I'm adding pink flowers. So I didn't have purple. I wanted to do purple ones, but I ran out of purple color, so I had 3 or 4 shades of pink. So I thought I'll just utilize those. And this makes me want to buy more colored wool, because all I've got just neutral colors as I do animals. Now I've added some blues. Okay, so when I put it in the frame, I realized I have to do the borders as well because they were showing. So I'm adding more color, and I'm taking it right to the edge. So it had to be 10 by 10 centimeter all covered. So I could have cut a bigger piece, but then I didn't know. So now I'm adding, and I'm going to go right as the picture goes, and adding wool. I have to make sure that the edge that I had made earlier doesn't show, so I have to cover it with the same shades, and they have to overlap the boundary that I had made earlier, so it doesn't show where I had ended it before. And I have to go along the picture, like I have to extend the trees and all the shades. So it's a bit of more of work, but it's alright because I was enjoying it anyways. So I think I have got 2 more similar sized frames, and I think I'm gonna make something cuter now for my next one. But this is really enjoyable. It's so easy. You just have to lay down the wool and then stab it into place. So here it is. It's all framed up, and now you can see that the edges don't show, and it looks really nice when it's framed. I hope you enjoyed too. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.